It's booted to the back of the end zone, so the Gators will take over at the 25-yard line. So Mertz has a career high in attempts and yards against Utah. If it comes up short, he is incredibly excited about this opportunity. Tebow and, of course, Richardson, his predecessor, also wore 15. Montrell Johnson is the tailback. Can the Gators get this running game going? And already a misfire on the offensive line, which is something that plagued them on the road in Utah.
Maybe it's you and me.
All-star offense, number 76.
I don't think Damian George wants to see us ever again. He had the rough night, a couple of penalties for the former Alabama transfer.
That was probably the biggest takeaway from that game. It's tough to start on the road in Utah, but I think the miscues and the mental errors, and here you are 1st and 10 at home and trying to get things going. And the biggest thing he said is we got to stay on schedule. That was his biggest key to the game. Stay on schedule, and here they are, 1st and 15.
Kingsley Aguakin, their center, comes back his first action this season on the pop pass. It's Trey Wilson, and the speedster need to get him as many touches in creative ways as they can tonight.
Well, you're looking for playmakers in this Gators offense. Ricky Pearsall, of course, on the edge, but Wilson is that guy. The true freshman can do a lot of different things. Just get him the ball in space and let him make people miss.
The Papatua coming this way, makes a cut. And he's going to be dragged down right near the marker by Elijah Herring, who's stepping in for Keenan Peely at middle linebacker tonight.
He goes in motion, that jet motion, and Tennessee doesn't run with him. So the Gators have the numbers to their advantage there. Early in this game, a couple of these jet sweep looks, both of them, even though they were behind the sticks, picking up some great yards.
Mertz off the play fake. From the pocket, delivers a high throw. Trying to find Caleb Douglas. This front for Tennessee is a problem tonight. They've been very, very tough to block. A lot of speed rushing.
Yeah, that's the strength of this defense is up front. A lot of depth, good edge pressure. They lost some great players, but Tyler Barron proving that he's a guy that is going to be a handful. 9 and 27, James Pierce. Both those guys have great speed. He missed Pearsall on that last play, had him breaking downfield man-to-man.
2nd and 10, Mertz finds a little seam and delivers it to Trey Wilson, and there's a first down up near midfield.
Well-designed play, finds a nice hole on the left side. Watch 3. Just going to kind of sit in that hole right there. Good timing between the quarterback and the young receiver, and right away, Chris, his first drive, very clear that they think that they can get Wilson in space. When you see zone from Tennessee, 3 straight times they've gotten him the ball with room to work.
4 plays, 4 passes for Mertz. And now they hand it off to Johnson, who picks his way for a short game before Tyler Barron wrestled him down.
I like this plan from Billy Napier, telling us this week how much respect he has for Tennessee's front, and what they want to do to try to slow down that front is, his offense, which is screen game, play action, run the ball, make this big defensive line in this heat have to run sideways to try to tire them out.
Mertz on the move. Long throw, sideline catch again by Wilson, who's knocked out of bounds. It'll be 3rd down and about a yard.
It just shows you how he's in a zone right now. He feels good about this plan. I like the blitz off the left. I love that he sees this open man, coverage sag, and instead of waiting, he's decisive. Just get the ball out of his hands, and again, give yourself a chance here on 3rd and short.
And Johnson bangs into traffic, reverses field, lowers the shoulder, flag comes out. He is stopped short of the marker. Omari Thomas got in there in a hurry.
Big fella. Boy, he came in with his size, just blew up the Gator offensive line.
Holding. Offense, number 65. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Scott Walker, our official.
Aguakin, who's missed these first couple games, really the one leader up front, one experienced Gator offensive lineman that's been missed sorely, comes back. Keep in mind, he's playing with an ankle that's a little sensitive to him, and with that big bull rush that time by Thomas at 320 pounds, it may have gotten the best of him.
very limited snaps, and suddenly he's playing right in the middle of this offense in a high-tempo game. So it's 3rd and 11 now. Volunteers rush 4. Mertz from the pocket. Rolls out and delivers a sideline route. That's Wilson again. My goodness, he's caught 5 balls in the opening drive. So first down.
It's a nice job by the quarterback here. He gets pressure, even though it's only 4. But then again, being decisive shows you that athletic ability on the run to make this throw. And gives that young freshman all hands and fingertips to pull that one in. Great look at it.
These fans have wanted to see the 5-star from Tampa Gaither get more involved. I call this involved. 5 catches in the first.
No doubt.
7 plays. Running left. Johnson bulldozes down for a solid gain before Gabe Lally got him.
If you're a Tennessee fan, you know that the area that this Tennessee defense is trying to improve is the back end. They allowed 290 yards a game last year. It's an area they really have focused on. And tonight they want to prevent the explosive play. Make Florida have to drive the length of the field. Keep everything in front of them.
Both offenses hoping to create explosive plays. They've been lacking so far this season, both sides. Johnson hammered immediately. Elijah Herring again stepping in for the senior starter at that position and stepping up so far.
The hole opened up and then it closed. Watch the right side, how it looks like a big hole, but these linebackers start to sense, okay, they're going to run the ball, reading their keys, and 44 gets downhill in a hurry. Communication from him will be big. With Peely out, the BYU transferred. Herring has had to step up, and it's not just stepping up and making plays like that. It's making sure everybody's on the same page, and there aren't any busts at all.
Trevor Etienne in the game now on 3rd and 5. And whistle before the snap.
Timeout.
And
Florida.
you can see this
is
opening
the first of
possession.
the half.
Napier will spend a timeout here.
Trying to keep that Josh Heupel offense on the sideline.
Wilson in motion. Etienne has a handoff. He's on a first down, and he's tripped up at the 25. But a quick burst from the sophomore from Jennings, Louisiana.
Great combo block on the left side. Watch 67, the left guard, get up to that linebacker right there. That hole closed in a hurry, but a good feel and a good job of accelerating through that hole. Little eye candy with the jet sweep action. Affect the linebacker, slow him down a bit, and then downhill in a hurry there with Etienne.
McCullough tackled to save a huge gain. Into to him again. He tests the middle and falls forward for a few yards. Omar Lott got him.
Chris, we saw them start this drive. A lot of throws, a lot of quick throws. We got a man down. Looks like Norman Lott, the transfer from Arizona State.
So these second down plays become very important. Etienne will be swarmed to the backfield, and they are excellent at invading. Aaron Beasley's been a wrecking crew the first couple of games.
Well, his instincts are what make him, I think, the player that he is here. Watch him start the little hop step. Sees the right there, the instincts to be able to cut behind those the polling guard, the tight end. He's able to kind of chase that down from behind. So uses his speed. But really, when you watch him play on tape, it's more about how quick he reacts because of his eyes and his instincts to make plays.
Instincts. Great balance, body control. He just the ball finds him and he finds the ball. So that tackle for loss makes it 3rd and 12. Empty backfield. Mertz gets the ball out to the perimeter. It's Wilson again, but he's hit immediately behind the line by Lally, and they'll lose 2 more. Here comes the field goal team.
And because Tennessee pressures the quarterback so well, you've got to just have a play to get the ball out of his hands. They bring a blitz late, but they can get pressure with 4, and all Mertz can do is throw it underneath, a quick throw where you don't have much of a chance. Pick up a few yards to help the field goal attempt, but good job by the Vols defense getting off the field there after a long drive.
So Adam Mahalik to try from 46. It's a swirling wind down there, very evident in the pregame. So all the specialists and the returners will have to deal with that tonight. Mahalik gets an ugly low kick and doesn't get there. Not sure if a hand got on that ball or it was just it came out really low.
Good snap, good hole, bad kick.
Wow. Gators come up empty after a long march. And the first possession for Milton amidst all this crowd noise. On the edge, quickly, Jalen Wright out of the backfield. Effective receiver and runner, picks up about 4.
Remember, Joe Milton right now in this offense love to start fast. It's been a little bit of an issue here these first few weeks.
And slammed to the ground after a short gain. He is right by Cam Jackson on a quick 3rd down here.
You know, this is an offense that is starting to find its new identity without Hendon Hooker, Cedric Tillman, and Jalen Hyatt, of course, the great playmakers they had a year ago. Trying to do it now on the road here at the Swamp.
On the edge, right. Can he get there? Yes, a big burst of speed. He's around the corner near the 46 and a 1st down.
What a great call there. Simple throw, but you get the running back, motion him out. He outflanks the linebacker, and with an accurate throw in front of him, he's able to catch it on the run and use the speed to get to the sticks.
And another touch. 4 plays, 4 touches for Wright, the junior from Durham. Tyreek Sapp knocks him down.
And every time they convert, the tempo gets ramped up more and more with this Josh Heupel offense. They stretch you sideline to sideline. Look at those formations. Create vertical seams for those home run shots.
Milton schemes downfield. Flip to the wrist. Caught! And rolling down to the 10-yard line is Squirrel White, the electric slot receiver, and the ball is threatening quickly.
And when you play man coverage, you better be careful. That time, Brew McCoy almost set a screen on this big play to free up Squirrel White. Just a switch release at the line of scrimmage, and the DB could not stay with him.
41-yard gain for the man who's inherited the Jalen Hyatt role. Milton to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Ramel Keaton and the Volunteers right down the field to draw first blood. Beautiful pitch and catch by Milton there. 9 drops in the first couple of games from this receiving corps. Keaton dropped the touchdown pass, an easy one.
And here's that screen that set it up. Look at the job Brew McCoy does. Very tough on that defensive back. Mitchell, a safety, trying to stay with White, so he gets separation. And then they go right to Keaton, who had the big play last year in this game, a turning point touchdown. Here he gets the first score of the night.
The downfield shots have been a problem. They tried 8 of them in the first 2 games combined, completed 1, and Ballers receivers dropped 4 downfield passes. So excellent execution for Heupel's offense there. And a deflating start for the Gators, who had a great drive going. Oh, that's not a good sight for Gator fans, as Trey Wilson, who was featured so much on the opening possession, caught 6 balls walking to the locker room with that left arm with apparent concern.
I mean, that first drive, to say the 6 receptions, clearly a big part of what they're trying to do tonight.
ETN in motion. They fake it to him. Mertz on the bootleg and just has to throw it away.
Well, this is where you want to see how Florida can respond, right? Opening drive, 13 plays, seemed to have Tennessee a bit on their heels. Looked like they were moving good. Then they had some penalties, set them back, miss a field goal. And then Tennessee does what Tennessee can do. While offensively, bing, bing, bang, and you're down 7-0. Now you need to have an answer to that.
Ricky Pearsall not yet involved. He comes in motion, the top receiver on this team. With Wilson out, he may be playing an even bigger role to get him the ball on the edge. Jukes shows an acceleration. And Beasley forces him out. 3rd down coming up.
Again, Tim Banks, the defensive coordinator, he is content with giving up these plays underneath. I think the first drive is an example of what Tennessee is okay with. If you're going to dink and dunk and move the ball 13 plays and get in, have to execute in the red zone, we'll play that game. We just don't want to give up explosives. Last year against Anthony Richardson, last year against a lot of people, that was a problem.
Fresh bodies in. It's kind of a hybrid version of the rabbit package. Mertz faces pressure, gets the ball out, and a clutch completion. That's Caleb Douglas, and they move the sticks to the 37.
Really good job here by Mertz. Kind of feels the pressure. Watch his eyes. See this linebacker to his right? He's got 3 receivers and comes back away from that with that beautiful throwing lane. but had to get rid of it quickly because of the pressure up front.
That was one of the few bright spots for the Gators offense at Utah in the loss. Got a touchdown in the second half. Etienne picks his way, follows his block, and Burr's still going. Etienne in a foot race, and he'll win it. Touchdown, Gators. Showed some tremendous patience there at the beginning. And then the burst, and Mahalik continues to struggle tonight. That is blocked again. It was at Thomas again. So the field goal raised. Now PAT blocked.
The block right here, he's just going to follow him around, but I also want you to watch the free safety who's got to clean this up. It's a nice gain, but as the free safety comes up right here, he's got to make this tackle. You're going to give up 8 to 10 yards, but you can't olay and miss him. Then a missed tackle there by Haddon, and away Etienne goes. This offensive line, good job of pulling. Nice job of picking up that closing defensive end by James Pierce. There's the missed tackle, 2 missed tackles. Etienne, low center of gravity. He's going to run through. If you're going to wrap him up, he's going to run through, just trying to hit him to bring him down.
That's what happened on the PAT. Again, just a really low kick, and that's Amari Thomas. We thought he might have got fingers on the field goal. He got a big arm on the PAT. That's
he's 2 for 2.
So D. Williams, senior, back deep. Plays smack with the kickoff, and it'll be a touchback. Milton back to work after that electric opening drive. Keeper all the way. Big fella who goes about 235 pounds, picks up a couple.
Well, it's a numbers game in this offense. You know, if they see that you're committed to the pass game, they're going to run it. And Austin Armstrong, one of the youngest defensive coordinators at 30 years old, makes the calls quickly. He's got to get his defense, as coaches say, his cleats in the ground. And that first drive, they had some issues.
2nd and 9, pitch to the edge, catch made, slipping the tackle is Squirrel White, and the squirrel is loose near the 43.
Castell, the freshman, out there one-on-one, has a chance to make a tackle, unable to do so. By the way, Squirrel White looking for that next receiver to be that guy for Tennessee. He's going to be a big part of it.
Jordan Castell, true freshman out there. Very inexperienced Gator defense.
Offense, number 15.
A lot of responsibility on a true freshman safety against this offense.
Really is. The communication is the biggest key. This offense, you prepare for it all week, but these plays are coming at you 14 seconds. Sometimes, by the time you make a tackle, you start to get lined up. They're already lined up, ready to go.
Gators trying to get set. 1st and 15 after the penalty. And pitch to the perimeter. Right. Muscle back towards the original line of scrimmage.
And see here, they're just communicating. Well, look at Gators defense. A little slow reaction. That's what they try to do to you. Just get you out of position.
Milton off the play fake. Look at a launch downfield. It's Keaton again. That time he overthrew him. He had Jason Marshall beat by a step.
Boy, to defend this offensive style, you got to live on islands. You got to hold up on one-on-one coverage. And also, you just ran 40 yards downfield. You're trying to catch your breath. It's really defending this offense. Who's in better shape between the receivers and the defensive backs? Because they're doing a lot of running tonight.
Hot and muggy night. 3 receivers stacked right on 3rd and 9. It's right with 3 blockers, but the Gators close it down and grab him for a short gain. Scooby Williams, the Sam Byatt linebacker, dynamic playmaker, made that stop.
Just a great job by the Gators defense. Jaden Hill out to the outside. He splits 2 balls trying to make a block. He set the edge to that defense, 23, forced it back to the inside where Scooby Williams can make that play.
12 of the 14 punters in the SEC are Australian, so 2 of them tonight. This is Jackson Ross from Melbourne. You can kick it with the left or right foot, what makes it tricky for returners. Pearsall to make the fair catch at the 16-yard line. He's dazzled some of the coaches there, but it's a normal thing. If you play Aussie football, you got to be able to kick going both ways. It does make it tricky because you'll alternate, and the spin is so different.
Is that normal?
They got a muff from Virginia because of the returner who had to adjust right and left.
So you said Aussie football, you got to be able to do both?
You do. You got to be able to kick on the run with either foot.
Have we seen a lot of punters though in college football doing this?
Not a lot, no. But as I said, there are more and more Australians, like 61 punters in FBS.
12 in the SEC?
Yeah. If the play fake, it's Jonathan Odom, the tight end, who's a big part of this offense on routes just like that, and they get a first down.
But remember that big run they just had, Chris? Now watch the linebackers' reaction to the run game. Now they're coming up to stop the run game, and that's what you want as a play caller, especially on 1st and 10. You get them committing to that run, sneak in a play action on an early down, and you get a big game.
Pearsall takes the pitch, works his way to the edge, and scoots out of bounds. That's a solid pickup on first down of about 5.
He uses speed there to get outside. Keep bringing up Trey Wilson being out up to this point. Pearsall and others will have to step up.
Final minute of this first quarter. Game moving quickly. Things like that are important because it sets up a 3rd down and 5. Airing tackle for the 3rd time tonight.
What do you say, Graham Mertz, seeing him at Utah and seeing him tonight, really good command of this offense. You know, one of the knocks on him in Madison his 3 years as a starter was his decision making. At times he would just, for whatever reason, throw the ball into coverage and just a bit erratic. In these first few weeks, man, he looks really comfortable in this offense.
He sure does. Looking for somebody on the move here. Pump fake, he just takes off. Oh, he got the defender to bite. And that's what earns him the first down on the scramble. Turnage was fooled.
Yeah, and you know, Turnage, the Alabama transfer, goes airborne. But again, this is, if you've watched Graham Mertz in the Big Ten, this is not something you would see a lot of. You know, break and contain, and all of a sudden, boom, right there, Turnage goes airborne, and that's savvy, and the veteran quarterback tiptoes down the sideline for the first down.
Give a little point, too. Did you notice that? I got you.
Things out. They're up 17-3 with 30 seconds to go, but not pretty.
You don't think that'll calm the fan base down? Mertz still got it. Oh, he wanted to take a shot downfield. Never got a chance as he was leveled by big Bryson Eason.
Yeah, he's looking downfield, and off this play action look, one of the things they try to do is see if the safeties will commit. See, good job by McCullough getting back to take anything away downfield. So by the time he wanted to come off of that, the pressure is there, and Eason gets home.
This offensive line was troubled in many ways. The opener at Utah gave up 5 sacks. Mertz was consistently harassed, hurried, hit, knocked down. Not where you want to be. 2nd and 17, way behind the sticks. Pressure again. Catch made on the near side. That's the tight end, Arliss Boardingham. Second catch on the young season. They get just a few.
You know what? Josh Heupel has built this Tennessee program back up. Don't you think a lot of the attention obviously is on Heupel and the offense and how powerful they are and how many points they score? But what I think sometimes gets overlooked is how he's doing a good job of recruiting on the defensive side and building this defense that has so much pride and tradition back up, starting up front with how they can get after the quarterback with depth and with speed.
Young talent in the pipeline on defense, but a very experienced group. 9 senior starters. Mertz on 3rd and 12 on the move, flings it, and tight roping and making a great catch on the sidelines is Khalil Jackson. They want to get the 3rd-generation Gator involved. That was a big catch.
Great job by Jackson. This is zone, so he gets behind the corner to your far right, and then as the quarterback moves, the corner freezes for some reason, doesn't get his head back, looking around where the threat might be. What a throw by Graham Mertz, and the toe tap, a thing of beauty there by Jackson. Look at that ball.
He stayed planted on the ground and reached up.
That is beautiful. The throw and the catch. And I think that right hand held on to the ball, Billy, don't you think? He didn't lose that.
No, he was good all the way. Good firm control all the way to the ground.
Yeah.
Bryson Eason down. That's where the crowd is booing, and while they get him to his feet, we'll step aside. Gators have been efficient, Kirk. So far, 5 for 6 on 3rd down. Khalil Jackson making that catch to move the ball into Tennessee territory. Control Johnson picks his way for about 3 yards.
It's interesting you say that they've been efficient, 5 of 6. I mean, go back. They've been behind. Remember first play of the game? They're offsides. 1st and 15. They ended up converting. That set of downs. They were 2nd and 17. He hits the tight end, gets him to 3rd and 12, and then a great play by Jackson. So Mertz right now making very good decisions and very accurate with these throws.
Overcoming a penalty and a sack to keep the chains moving. 2nd and 6. Pearsall on the perimeter. He's got some space. And the quick burst. Easy access. 1st down to the 31.
Again, they motion him, and Tennessee does not respond. They get outflanked. Mertz is going to get out of the play, quickly get it outside, and then you're going to be able to outrun the defenders. Tennessee's going to have to react to some of these jet motions and get a defender out there with a receiver who's moving.
Another long march for the Gators. 10th play of this drive. 14 plays came up empty in the first possession. Etienne exploding again. What a night Trevor Etienne is having. Big touchdown run, and now a run that puts the Gators in the red zone.
Defensive end gets upfield right here, up to the top. Great job of blocking here by Hayden Hansen, 89. He's got no one to pick up initially, so he goes up to that next level. And I'm going to tell you, you give Etienne a chance to get downhill, low center of gravity, physical back, 205 pounds at about 5'9". He's a handful.
It's a running game that just did not get going out in Salt Lake City, but they are moving the sticks with both backs tonight. Etienne again around the left side. Spins free, tough to tackle. Might be a little bit more physical than his older brother. Don't know if he has the top end speed of Travis, but he's got toughness.
Got another ball down. And well, I want you to watch this, Chris. A little thing like this can help a running game. Watch this movement right here to the inside. He gets himself inside thinking he's making the right play. Easy double team, and then you bounce it to the outside and give Etienne a chance to get some room to work. They have a game against LSU in Atlanta. You think they're going to win and go play Miami in 0-1.
Matty Mock and the Bayou Bengals.
Getting upset. Yeah.
2nd and 8. Etienne still in the ball game. Tight ends punch to the right, and Etienne will just bulldoze for about a yard and slammed down by Dominic Bailey. It was Tyree West, that Tennessee defense, who was slow to get up. He looks to be okay on the sidelines at this point.
Yeah, it's great to see him up. It's getting physical down there. He sets up another 3rd down. Keep in mind, we played over 20 minutes. Vols have 11 snaps in this game.
Game within the game.
Yeah.
Keep away. He needs 6. Again, 5 of 6. Super efficient. So far in 3rd down. 2 tight ends off to the left. Mertz across the middle, flips it, caught by Pearsall, who's got a 1st down, and will fight to the 3-yard line. Jamal hadn't stopped him, and Mertz continues to find what he likes on 3rd down.
Yeah, watch this defender right across from Pearsall. Looks like he wants to go with him, and then he stops. Good recognition of that by Graham Mertz. He gets him the football. Part of Tennessee's defense is a man. The other part there, it looked like they're either in zone or trying to pass him off. Some kind of zone matchup man concept, but this free him up on a 3rd down, and the Gators once again convert. 6-7 now.
The motion and the crossing routes have gotten the Vols defense a little bit frozen so far. Pearsall in motion again. Johnson makes a cut and scores, and the Gators jump on top. After the PAT was blocked, they'll go for 2. Works under center. Receivers off to the left. They throw a screen, and the Vols are all over it. Pearsall came back to catch it, but Lally and Aaron Beasley smother him, and the lead remains 5.
Here's the view from the AT&T 5G clicker, and watch this cut. What a great job here of just feeling this. Looks like this play is designed inside, and then he bounces it right there. I mean, look at that cut. You got 2 Vol defenders trying to work outside, and gets underneath him and then into the end zone. They're working so hard to not let him get outside, and he shows you how quickly he can cut back against a grain there.
It was a 2-point try. Tennessee was ready for that one. But the Trell and Trevor show, the 2 backs from Louisiana featuring tonight, how impressive.
Their offense, part of being the best defense of the night.
When Tennessee did have that one possession, Milton and company went quickly down the field. This crowd revved up as the Vols operate from the 25. And a pre-snap penalty right on cue.
Snap infraction. Offense. Number 78. First down.
It's Ollie Lane, who again is starting at center with Cooper Mays, the veteran, not able to go, hasn't played yet this season.
Moves the ball. As you say, right on cue. You see the Gators move. Probably had a call, just like you saw there. Made the center flinch.
On the edge, McCoy slips one tackle, and the well-traveled veteran receiver finally brought down by Scooby Williams.
Look at the top right. Already you see the hand motions of the signal callers. Heupel letting the 3 know. You see him top right. The blue and the red and the green.
The only 3 guys dressed in those colors here tonight. Milton under pressure. Hit as he throws, just lofts it up, and it's an interception. There's a flag down where the quarterback was hit. Meanwhile, Devin Moore rolling into the secondary, takes it down inside the 20. We'll see if the interception stands.
I think they're going to get a holding call on Tennessee. This should stand.
It snaps a very long streak, the longest in the nation for Joe Milton, who had not thrown an interception since 2020. We'll never have an easier pick.
2 fouls on the play. Holding. Offense, number 76. That penalty is declined. After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness, passing to number 78. That penalty will go for contributions to the goal.
That's a tough series for Ollie Lane, the center, who commits the 15-yard penalty to really set the Gators up in good position.
This is the hold. It's good job by Banks. Boy, he gets in there without that hold, and then the big fella there, Watson, is able to lean on the quarterback, Milton. Just puts it up in the air. It's almost like a punt, an easy interception. The Gators defense, that pressure, ends up getting a big turnover.
Set up at the 9, trying to build on this early lead. And now to spend a timeout. Play clock was winding down.
Didn't throw any in camp, and
No.
in that one, it wasn't necessarily a decision. Just gets hit as he's throwing the ball.
Gator fans have been waiting for that. That's their first takeaway of the season. Johnson impatiently waits for the hole and then leans forward for 4. Gator defense has been pretty good at preventing the yards by opposing offenses, but no sacks and no takeaways coming into this game.
Yeah, and again, I really think Graham Mertz, we talked about it at Utah, and they had a lot of penalties and a lot of things that went against him, but as far as the execution and just having a feel, he seemed to really understand where he needed to go with the ball and trying to take care of the football.
2nd and goal. Off the play fake, Mertz rolls, flips it in the flat, caught. Odom right near the marker. Ball came out. He falls on it. Was rolling for the goal line. In almost a disastrous play.
Quick ball, good job, quick decision, ball out. I think this ball may have come out before he touches the ground. Yeah, it looks like it's out.
He was reaching to try to break the plane with it. Extremely lucky to get it back.
Got it back.
Here's our progressive pylon cam. He thought he could get a touchdown if I could just get the ball. Oh, can't quite get it there. And almost regrets that decision.
Look at that. Ball's right there.
He asked for a better look. Wesley Walker was thinking takeaway. Instead, it's third down inside the 1.
Billy Napier frustrated on the sideline. Calls another timeout. Gators want to make sure they get it right. They'll use their last timeout of the half.
Wasn't a play clock issue. Johnson's the back. Mertz sneaks it. Doesn't even need much of a push. No signal yet. Touchdown. Helmet came off in the scrum, but it's Mertz who emerges with a rushing touchdown. Third score on the ground for the Gators tonight. Changing kicker here, Kirk. Mahalik, who had the field goal graze and the PAT block, now replaced by Trey Smack, who kicked 1 PAT last week in the rout of McNeese State. So the early hook. Understandable. And Smack, whose name is better suited for a strong safety than a kicker, makes no mistake. And the Gators' lead is 12 now.
Yeah, watch the right guard here. Good job of pushing. Makes it easy for Mertz to get in there. What was interesting is Mertz is a pretty mild-mannered guy, and we saw him at Wisconsin. I keep talking about how he's fitting in this offense, winning this team over. Look at him coming off this sideline. You don't think he's feeling this right now? You don't think he feels at home? You know, this era of the transfer portal, look at him. Look at this guy.
Look at that baton. I tell you what, Florida quarterback wearing 15 bulldozing in the end zone does make Gator fans of a certain age. And Mertz certainly did this week. You hear all about Tennessee's defensive front and that nasty pass rush. And you could just tell on the phone, Kirk, he was looking forward to this. He said, I've faced elite pass rushers my whole career. I'm not worried about it. The interception back to work, down 12. It's Jabari Small in a tailback now. And another pre-snap penalty. The offensive line rattled again. Kirk behind the sticks again after one play.
All-star. Offense. Number 74. Under a penalty. First down.
It's John Campbell, the left tackle, Miami transfer.
Give Austin Armstrong a lot of credit here with what he's doing. He really made an interesting statement to us this week. He said, listen, Tennessee scares a lot of people. We're not going to be scared. We're going to play them with our own aggressive nature. We're going to move around. We're going to affect that offensive line. We're going to affect this quarterback. Use our crowd to our advantage.
The crowd is playing their part right now. On 2nd and 15, they just hand it off inside, and Small with a small gain. Cam Jackson, Shamar James combining.
This offense is so much about rhythm and being aggressive and getting those first downs and getting the tempo going. It's tougher to do on the road than at Neyland.
Play fake. Milton harassed and sacked. Tyreek Sapp got him. Did you say aggressive? Inspired?
Yeah. And they got home with just bringing 4. I mean, both of their ends, the pressure ends up getting home here, but look at both sides. They're not bringing backers here. They're just taking advantage of a good get-off and great speed off the edge there by Sapp, who can play inside or outside. This guy's 275 pounds. Thomas Aquinas said he's used his leverage and his motor that time to make a heck of a play, get him behind the sticks even more.
Princely Mielen, then speedy edge rusher for Florida, was slow to get up and making his way to the sidelines. 3rd and 20. If Milton thought it was loud before.
Been a while since we heard the swamp like this.
And he just handed off it into a 4-man rush. Small Goes straight ahead. That was like a punt before the punt. Cam Jackson on the tackle, and the Gators get a stop.
You get the penalty. You get the sack. Look at it. Look at this. I'm telling you, Austin Armstrong, we could just keep a camera on him. This 30-year-old defensive coordinator. He worked with Kirby Smart early in his career. He was at Southern Miss for a couple years as a defensive coordinator. He's 27, 28 years old. Nick Saban hired him. He was there for a couple of weeks, and then he ends up getting the coordinator job here.
Jackson Ross rolls out. Pearsall has a chance. Makes one man miss. And slips ahead to about the 45. So the Gators, good field position, trying to build on this 12-point lead. Our Mark of a Fighter moment brought to you by Modelo.
We're going to take a look at the way Graham Mertz has played. Just very, very efficient. 15 to 17, showing the athletic ability. Great job with his eyes downfield. The decisions. Stepping away from that traffic, or the trouble there, gets away from it, and the accuracy, and then showing some energy, leadership. Guy looks confident from up here.
You said Mark of a Fighter. He took one of those ammonia things in that timeout.
Getting him going.
ETN, quick burst. The running game is going. That's another first down into Tennessee territory. They cannot tackle 2 or 7 so far.
Good job of being physical. Right side of that offensive line. Watch the right tackle, George. Just keep pushing. Allow your backs to have enough ability to be able to use their vision and cut back. We've seen that from ETN and Montrell Johnson tonight.
And Kingsley Iguacan, their veteran center back, appears to be paying dividends for this Florida front. ETN already over 100 yards. He's got it again. And they still can't bring him down with the first guy. Slips a couple of tackles. Wesley Walker got him down. Holly?
Well, guys, you said that he is the younger brother of Travis Etienne that plays for the Jacksonville Jaguars. And Travis is watching tonight. I saw him already tweet. I see you, number 7. He loves what little bro's doing right now. It's so cool that they're this close apart, just a few hours drive. They talk every single night. They are helping each other, supporting each other. Their mom, Janetta, can drive between here and the Jacksonville game. So a lot of love from the ETN family. I love that you're watching, Trav. Hey from us.
Isn't that cool? They do talk every single day.
Yeah.
Told us that. You know, they fake it to Pearsall on the motion, and ETN just plows forward to move the chains again. Playing in the Superdome.
Remember calling Travis's first game?
Yeah.
In Louisville when he got out, went about 80 on that left sideline?
They tried to warn us.
We're like, wow, I guess he is real.
He's got it again. And the younger ETN brother, that time a nice tackle in space by James Pierce. Short game.
I was going to say, whether it's Pierce or especially Aaron Beasley, the way Tennessee eventually can get their offense going, you're down 12. And you haven't had your offense out on the field much at all. This is a series where you got to bow up down, and once they get down potentially into that red zone, if you're a Vols fan, you'd love to see the leadership of Beasley emerge here, and somebody needs to make a play, force this Gator offense into a field goal.
If they try a field goal, you wonder if this is 4-down territory with the kicking problems in the flat. Pearsall spins free. And he just got right around Gabe Lally, who whiffed on him. Another first down.
Chris, remember I talked earlier about the motion and the jet sweeps and the communication? I want you to take a look right here. They're trying to get on the same page, and now we got motion, and they have no idea what just happened. And again, on top of that is Mertz. Sees the confusion, simple throw, and Tennessee not adjusting to a lot of this pre-snap movement from Billy Napier's offense.
Certainly a staple of the offense. But well executed, so sharp so far. Mertz on the move, scanning, flips it to the goal line. Pearsall tried to make a one-handed grab that was out of bounds.
You're right, Chris. And I think a big part of their preparation this week with Tim Banks is not just defending Graham Mertz and defending Pearsall. For a lot of fans that watch this game, we get caught up maybe just the execution of the play, but doing our job, one of the most fascinating things to me in doing the NFL and the college game is a lot of these offensive minds are talking about, hey, our formations and our personnel groupings and our movement have as much to do with the execution of the play as the play itself. So what happens before the snap and affecting the eyes of the defense have a lot to do with the result of the play.
Mertz flips it to Johnson, and a long way to go. Slips a tackle, still running, makes a cut, and 55-yard drive, 7 plays, 3.5 minutes. And Johnson, as a receiver, got in this time.
And Chris, they've been using the counter play right here, right? Pulling around. Watch the design of this play and watch the motion. And watch how Tennessee has a lot to think about. Are they running the counter? Are they running a boot? And then watch the quarterback patiently draw the defense to him, and then they go screen out to the right. Just a great job again of the execution. Mertz baiting this defense, looking left, and at the last second gets it out to Johnson. We've been talking a lot about ETN. This is why this duo is so dangerous in Gainesville. They both get their hands on the ball, and it can come up with plays like this.
It's a tough job for a DB, but Tamari McDonald unable to make the play in space. 2:22 before halftime. Matt? 1 first down to speak of in the last 3 Tennessee drives. We're going to Dane Davis now at center. Then with Cooper Mays not available and discombobulated again, they spend a timeout.
They get the ball to start the second half. Important here to try to get points on the board to get the ball back too.
It's a throwaway for Milton. That play looked confused from the start, and Uman Mielen pressured the quarterback.
They had that opening drive where they made it look like there's Tennessee's offense, right?
Yep.
It was right down the field, and they've been searching since. And again, haven't had their hands on the ball much at all. Only 17 snaps in this game.
The one big play, the 41-yarder to White on that touchdown drive, and then Keaton cut the touchdown pass. They have not really gotten the running game going at all. 14 yards on the ground in the first half. That's it.
The Gators put 6 in, 4 down linemen and 2 linebackers in that box area. Tennessee has got to win the line of scrimmage and run the football.
They need 2 to keep the football. Right. Stutter step. And we'll plow forward. Good run up near midfield.
Good, tough running there. Good patience as well. It looked like he might run right into the back of his offensive line and then just froze for a minute and then bounced it outside.
See if that first down gets this rhythm reestablished for this offense. That time they run left and pick up 5 more into Florida territory.
Again, you don't have Hendon Hooker back there, right? Running the football gives you an extra hat. Last year they were so good. If you didn't have the right numbers down inside the line of scrimmage, they'd run Hendon Hooker a lot. You eliminate that now with Milton. He'll do it occasionally.
Wright's got it again, and they swarm him behind the line of scrimmage. Uman Mielen combining with Chris McClellan.
Boy, McClellan's a monster, 320 pounds in the middle. They were rotating a lot of different bodies themselves. We talked about the depth of the balls up front. Florida has that as well. Now a big 3rd down. Who can win a one-on-one matchup here for Tennessee?
2-by-2 receivers. White's the back. You got plenty of time on the clock.
Now look at the game clock, though. You want to get points.
Fair point. What time?
Josh Heupel right by the official at the top. He's going to call a timeout.
Well, he spends the timeout, but you're right, Kirk. A whole bunch of game clock wound down. Milton on a slant, and he threw a fastball in the dirt. 4th and 6 now for Heupel near midfield with 30 seconds to go.
And see, that's where Josh Heupel and the Vols, they were spoiled last year with Hendon Hooker and his accuracy. You know, that ball is usually right in the face mask of a receiver time after time. And I think the one thing that people want to see from Joe Milton is not the arm strength. We saw that earlier in that long throw. It's more about the consistency with his accuracy and his decision making.
This boots it away. Pearsall makes the fair catch at the 10-yard line. Well, what a first half of offensive execution for the Gators. Graham Mertz, 17 of 20. At one point, it completed 10 in a row. 7 of 8 on 3rd down. 282 total yards. You know, mishaps, Field goal on the PAT. Holly?
Hey, Coach Napier, you have been masterful with your drives, taking up a lot of time, keeping this quick strike Tennessee offense off the field. How intentional has that been?
Well, our defense has done a good job getting off the field. We're playing complementary football. We're executing, right? We know execution wins. And, it's about really good communication, good fundamentals and techniques. Hey, look, we had a couple miscues on special teams. This group can score in a hurry. We got a lot of work left to do here to get home.
You've gotten great play from your offensive line. You've moved them, pulled them. How has that helped open up your running game?
Yeah, that's who we want to be, and that's who we've been in the past, right? So I think this is our identity, right? And Graham Mertz, to complement that, got a chance to have a good football team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you, Holly.
Vols get the ball to start this second half, and we're going to see if Joe Milton and Josh Heupel can work some magic getting this back in this game.
Gators were offside on the kickoff.
Offside. Kicking team number 0.
Holding that left arm and collarbone gingerly. Also important to note, Josh Heupel said they've got to be better on early downs like this.
Milton lost the football. He falls on it.
He didn't lose it. I think Wright knocked it out of his hand. He's trying to get the ball thrown out quickly to the left. They went back into the boundary, but as he starts to deliver that ball, it hits the shoulder pad of Jalen Wright.
Things are not going well when the running back is causing the quarterback to fumble. Right with a carry there. Gets a few, and right away, right out of the gate, it's 3rd and long.
And just to understand there, they have a run play call, but he's got the option to get it out there if the defense gives you a certain look, and they were soft enough that he thought he could throw it. So Wright's coming to get a handoff, not realizing that Milton's trying to get the ball out.
Gators bring some late pressure. The ball is out quickly to Squirrel White on the edge, and look at the effort by White. They convert on 3rd and 11. Pure effort by the little guy.
Tremendous effort there, and not to mention Castle's 34 out in front of him with a great block, but you're right.
Right, stop. They need something to spark, and this Tennessee offense, we've seen it, one play can spark a quick turnaround.
I love that Josh Heupel, he's down 26-7, and if he, this offense strikes quickly, sticking to his guns, not getting impatient, running the football here.
Right again, knocked down. He moved the 6 again on the ground to midfield.
And they're already calling the play. The reason this is important to this offense or any offense is you run the football, they stretch you all sideline to sideline. Those safeties start committing down. You get those one-on-one chances for those vertical shots.
Check it, they spot him short, so it's 3rd down and inches. And Milton brings everybody in tight here.
And you got a big quarterback on the sneak and get the 1st down.
Wow. And they got to spend a timeout just a few plays into the second half. Power formation on the end around. It's Brew McCoy, and he got it, but not by much. Scooby Williams knocked him down and just get enough to move the chains.
We all want to see who that next receiver is going to be with Jalen Hyatt now in the NFL. Cedric Tillman gone. We've seen Squirrel White. Brew McCoy just got his hands on the ball.
Heupel still running there away on the ground. This is
nice
right driving the legs, and this is a interesting start to the half. They get very physical with the run game,
and that's great. That's great for this offense. Good job. Castles again leading the way, but hard running, not giving up. Love to see that.
One of the top backs in the country in the early season with yards after contact, more than 5.5 yards after contact per carry. Uman Mielem tackle there after a 1-yard gain.
It collapsed down. What I was getting ready to say is somebody, not just this game, this year, has to become the new Jalen Hyatt. Who is that going to be? Brew McCoy has ability. Keaton can do it. White can do it. But somebody's got to strike fear into the heart of these defenses that they face. And tonight, who can win one-on-one and become that guy?
Big shoes to fill. Hyatt and Cedric Tillman were a ferocious combination. Keeper, Milton, Gets downhill in a hurry, and he's brought down by Castell. After a solid pickup, it'll be 3rd and about 3.
Motion right out, got the numbers right. A play that we saw so much last year from Hendon Hooker. So many first downs on that run. Makes the defense have to respect it, so it's good they sprinkled that in. This has been all about the run game on this drive.
And 2 guys were in motion, so another pre-snap penalty on the Vols. Ouch.
All-star. Offense. Number 34.
There's a tight end Castle. Suddenly, Kirk, it becomes 3rd and 9. $14 penalties in the first couple games. They were the most penalized team in the SEC a year ago. They've 5 so far, and they've been costly.
These are the guys that have to win in the slot.
Milton looking to the right, and he finds Castles. Big fella running hard, and it's a pickup on 3rd and long.
Another good effort, right? Because he didn't have that first down. He was about 4 or 5 yards short. He was the one that moved to cause that 5-yard penalty, so he makes up for it there with another great effort.
Small under the right, and knocked down as he collides with TJ Searcy.
Austin Armstrong, the defensive coordinator from Florida, is putting 5 in the box, meaning 3 down linemen, 2 linebackers. Now they're up to 6. 5 on 5, you got to win that battle. That's why they keep going to that run game. You got 5 offensive linemen, and you got 5 defenders down in that area. That's why they've been running the football so much.
Gators trying to get adjusted here. Williams signaling to his teammates. 2nd and 7. Milton on the slant, batted in the air, and it falls to the turf. Deflected by Cam Jackson.
Good job of pulling that out on the run-pass option. He pulls that, has a chance to make a big play, but the big man, Cam Jackson, denies that. The transfer out of Memphis, kind of an anchor in the middle, trying to get those linebackers down, but the big fella who got that penetration at 6'6", doesn't have to climb the ladder and just raises his arm to knock that one down.
Fresh bodies in on the Gator front for this 3rd and 7.
He sees that safety cheating down. He's making a check. He's got one-on-one across.
Does he see the clock go?
Oh.
Heupel did. And they have to spend a 2nd timeout on this drive. It was super loud, and he just didn't get eyes on the clock.
Tennessee. It's their 2nd charge of the half.
Now the march continues.
Austin Armstrong here doing a nice job as a defensive coordinator. He makes a check here with this. They go to 0 coverage. He walks down, but the important thing is the quarterback doesn't see this play clock. He's been trained all week. When this guy comes down and we get 0, make the check. Problem is he loses focus on that play clock and forces that timeout. So the timing of that move by that safety, Miguel Mitchell, perfect.
What do they got here on 3rd and 7? Gators rush for Milton. Slant incomplete. Broken up beautifully. Arriving to knock the ball loose was Jalen Kimber, the Georgia transfer. 4th and 7. Here comes the field goal team.
Nice job. The double slant. Look to the right. Safety comes down, takes away the inside slant. Really an accurate throw, but tight coverage that time to prevent that pass from getting in there. He read it right. He threw it very accurately, but give the Gators credit for that good tight coverage.
Charles Campbell was the starting kicker in Indiana for 3 years before coming through the portal from 42 yards. And he cuts into this lead. 13-play drive. Took 5.5 minutes. That's slow by Tennessee standards. They only get 3 left.
Who had college game day out at what is it, week 3 of the college football season out in Boulder with The Rock on the set? Who had that?
Not me.
Never saw that one coming.
Johnson with the carry. You know, they kind of small dent into that lead, but the Gators will take that. 5.5 minutes off the clock and 2 timeouts spent by the Vols. The only third down they didn't convert, Kirk, was a 3rd and 12, missed field goal, and then boom, 4 straight touchdown drive.
And shouldn't really even have to put up that last one where they just took a knee. So, I mean, they have been on quite a run. Well, keep an eye on this. These backs have been fantastic. Montrell Johnson, it's like he was limping off there.
And Holly told you that Trey Wilson will not return tonight with a collarbone injury. ETN motions out. Empty on 2nd and 10. Ball's rush 4. Ball is out quickly in a slant. There was some miscommunication. It falls incomplete. Pearsall, I don't think, on the same page as his quarterback that time.
And Mazuka was downfield, and the ball actually hit him on the back.
Penalty marker out.
And that ball hit him on the back. He was a few yards downfield.
Pearsall went right back to the quarterback, and they're trying to get their signals straight. One of the few moments this offense has not executed flawlessly tonight.
There is no foul for illegal touching. 3rd down.
Yeah, you can't throw a flag when it hits him in the back.
Yeah, he's just trying to get the ball out there. And I think because you saw Tyler Barron go up in the air, he had to work that ball around him, cause that ball to be inaccurate. Gators have been amazing on 3rd down, 7 of 8.
They have not been able to affect Mertz with that pass rush, which came in highly touted. They rush 5 here. Mertz is pressured, gets it out, and Pearsall makes the catch, but as he's knocked to the ground following the throw, that pass rush did ruin the play.
You just talked about how Tennessee has shown an ability. They rush 5 here, get some one-on-ones. Good hit there on Mertz. Clean hit, forces him to get rid of that ball probably before he'd like to give his receiver a chance to get beyond the sticks. So Tennessee, they get the field goal, they get a 3 and out. It's exactly what I'm sure they talked about at halftime. Trying to get a chance to this defense to slow down Graham Mertz and get Milton and the Vols offense going.
Long shot to boot it away. His first punt tonight. And the Aussie booms it. D. Williams lets it bounce out of bounds. Holly?
Well, guys, Amari Thomas's mom, Wanda Thomas, has 25 years of experience teaching middle school at St. Paul Catholic School in Memphis. Omari attended that school, and he had his mom as his 6th grade math teacher. And his favorite memory is when he forgot his homework one day, and he thought, oh, my mom will let it slide. And she absolutely did not. He said she was strict and loving. He said he's been instilled from his mom that school came first before athletics. So shout out, LaWanda. You are amazing, and you are our extra yard for teachers tonight.
Extra Yard for Teachers Week. CFP Foundation has recognized over 500,000 educators. CFP Extra Yard. Go back to the ground and right in the first down carry. Moves it ahead for. He's still running.
He sure is.
He's still going. Still going. Pushing the pile all the way for a first down.
Hey, you want to know how to fire up a football team? Run the football like that. The second time this drive that he's run the ball when it looked like the play is over, and he just doesn't stop moving those legs. Give that offensive line some credit, too. They kept pushing him.
This time they wrestle him down. Umamielen on the stop. We've seen an aggressive approach from these Tennessee ball carriers here in the 3rd quarter, and Heupel leaning on the running game.
And you watch Heupel's offense, look at the receivers and how they stretch you out. And the reason they're running that football is they feel they have those numbers.
Milton wants a downfield shot. Will launch it high and deep. A battle and broken up. Trying to get Dante Thornton and Jordan Castell. That freshman safety made the play.
It's a long throw. Thornton to transfer out of Oregon. You know, he gets a one-on-one matchup against a safety who's a freshman. Look at this ball lands. You got to fight for that football, man. And I know you're getting pulled on. A lot of jersey being pulled there. But if he goes up, keep in mind, he's 6'5". Go up and make a play on the football.
Looking for another receiver to make plays in this core. The transfer from Oregon has gotten off to a slow start this season. Play clock winding down. Do they have to spend another time out here? Just get it off on 3rd and 10. Milton delivers a bullet down the field. Hits a man in stride. There's Thornton getting going. That's more like it. makes a play against Jaden Hill.
Comes right back to him. Great job of this time, Thornton. Look at that throw, by the way. That throw right over the outside shoulder. Perfect touch. We know about his arm. There's the accuracy.
43 yards, the second big downfield shot of the night. Right, slammed down after a short gain.
This offense loves to attack when they've got a matchup in the slot. Last year, Jalen Hyatt made so many plays from that spot. And finally, they able to hit Thornton. We saw Squirrel White make a play earlier.
Milton on the edge. Pitches it out. And it's Thornton again. Works his way for about 5. Third down and about 3. Operating at the kind of tempo they love right now. Right again, patiently picks his way, and this time cannot drive for a first down. Stopped by Scooby Williams. It'll be 4th and 1.
John Campbell couldn't quite finish his block. The left tackle, the transfer from Miami.
No hesitation. Line up quickly.
See Josh Heupel, he's frustrated up here, arms out. He wanted Florida. Now they have a chance to substitute. Now he's going fast here to try to get the ball snapped.
They swarm into the backfield. Scooby Williams busts in and stops right. And the Gators come up with a turnover on downs.
If I'm Josh Heupel, I am furious with what just happened. Are you kidding me? They slowed down the play, allowed Florida to make a change, and Florida went from being on their heels trying to get lined up right to getting new people on the field, getting their cleats in the ground, and teeing off against Tennessee.
And the Gators take over. 60-yard, 8-play drive. Balls come up empty. ETN. Brought down at the line of scrimmage by Elijah Herring.
Seeing if Tennessee did not substitute anybody. It's an interesting discussion. Bill, do you have any idea what that might have been about? Why they stopped play like that?
Well, what confused me on it is that they actually shut things down. And normally on a substitution, you didn't shut it down. Yeah. You'll just keep your arms out and you'll give them more time to sub. So there had to be something else involved with that.
I mean, you never know. But as you said, Kirk, that was important. And the Gators came flying downhill and come up with a stop. And now they'll go back to work with ETN on the ground. We'll have to see if Montrell Johnson is able to go. He did leave the game last series.
Bill, one last thing. If Tennessee did not substitute, because I don't think they did, why would you stop action?
It had to be something. Well, I saw one of the players pointing at the ball. I saw the umpire come in and stop things. So I don't know what actually happened on that. But it had nothing to do with substitution.
That's a huge, huge play.
On 3rd and 4, Mertz to Pearsall, and he dropped it. He was in heavy traffic, wasn't going to get the first down anyway. And quarterback took another hit. They're beginning to get closer to Mertz and affecting his throws now.
Well, they made some great adjustments. You got to give Tim Banks and his defense credit because Florida was, you saw the drive chart, right? I mean, it was touchdown, 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 touchdown before the half, and now it's been 3 and out for a couple series.
Crawshaw. It's a good point away. Williams comes up and it bounced right near the sidelines. And they will spot the ball about the 38 where Tennessee will take over.
Previous play, watch this. As we're wondering, there's no substitution. This is 3rd down leading the 4th down. Watch the referee kick the ball. You see him kick the ball there. That's why the umpire ends up stopping play because he saw that right there. But the crazy thing is that stopping play, Florida's then allowed to get 2 new defensive linemen into the game.
They did that at their own risk, though. If they would have got caught with the substitution, it would have been their own fault.
Mystery has been unraveled. Meanwhile, the next possession, option look. Milton holds it and dives forward. He had Jabari Small to his left. The flag is down.
Late flag. I think it's going to be a holding call there.
Holding.
been a tough night for Ollie Lane, who's started at center.
It's his third flag. Tennessee fans know Cooper Mays, one of the more experienced offensive linemen, not available tonight. There he is. Guy's played a lot of football, 23 starts. Guy that communicates, especially on the road. He's unable to play. Ollie Lane and Dane Davis have taken all those snaps.
Lane, a natural guard, filling in tonight, as he has the first couple games. Pitch on the perimeter to Thornton, who's become really involved here in the third quarter. Roger Mitchell knocks him down hard. So 1st and 20. Got to go to work trying to make up for that penalty. Pitch on the edge again. Oh, Bruce McCoy just absolutely ran over Miguel Mitchell.
I hope he's okay. That was a welcome to the SEC hit right there. Mitchell, a young defender coming up there. He got blasted by McCoy, who's 6'3", 220 as a wide receiver.
Sets up a 3rd and 8. Gators show a 3-man rush and drop into coverage. Milton flushed, scanning, makes a cut, and will pick it up with his feet. There was no one to throw to, but he got a block on the edge from Keaton.
Yeah, it's a good job. Go back. You just said that hit. How about this? Bang! He lowered the shoulder and went over right over top of him, and a heck of a job the very next play by Milton. Put his foot in the ground and gets upfield to pick up the first down. Feel a little bit more urgency here as we close in towards the end of the third quarter.
Sure do. Very different looking Tennessee offense. It's been the run after halftime and physical runs as Small falls forward for 3.
Just as a fan, or just as we watch and you think back to Tennessee's offense last year, so much about Hooker and now it's Milton. To me, I don't see the same juice at receiver that we saw last year.
No, it's hard to replace Tillman.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, but for this offense to be effective, you got to win the one-on-one matchups on the outside.
And if you're not going to be as explosive and dynamic in the passing game, it's harder to overcome penalties like this. Another pre-snap penalty.
And every offense has to win one-on-one, but especially this one because of the formation. Sideline to sideline, they're creating the one-on-one matchup in the vertical seams downfield. You got to have guys that can win. And if you don't, the defenses don't have to be as concerned about that. And they can change their alignment.
Milton in the flat. Castles throws a block. And Small takes off. A flag comes out as he scoots for a first down, but this one's going to come back.
There's no way this is on Castles, 34. And Bill, you'll have to help me if it is. It's be surprising. Again, you'll know something about the crack block that I have no idea.
It's one of those blindside
Personal
blocks.
foul. Illegal blindside block. Offense. Number 34.
Bill, I'm with Heiko here, man.
Second down.
I'm not a fan of this call.
Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch 34. You're telling me this is a... Now, if you slow it down like we just did, frame by frame, any play looks dangerous. But if you play it in real time, I can't play it in real time if you can. I can't believe they just called that.
I don't disagree with you, Kurt.
All right.
I don't think that was forceful enough to get the call. Blindside, yes, but not forcible enough.
I would agree. It's been a point of emphasis, but that call is absolutely enormous. Backs the ball all the way up to the 35, 2nd and 27. And they hand it off to Small, and he bounces it, and will pick up about 7.
I think what you have in this offense right now is your playmakers are in the backfield with Wright and Small. And other than White, I don't see anybody that can get downfield.
No one's lined up. Milton on 3rd and forever finds Keaton, who will be knocked out at about the 43 by Jason Marshall, and it's going to be 4th down. See if they picked up enough to go for it here.
White cleared enough defenders down that at least it gave them a nice opening there. Give them a chance here on 4th down.
Final 20 seconds of the third quarter. And the Vols keep the march going. Milton has plenty of time. He gets a 3-man rush. Now a flag comes down in the pit. And a long throw, receiver slipped, and it was behind Small. But this is right there in the holding zone. We got little MMA down there.
Yeah, it was a holding call, and it won't matter. Right tackle, Crawford.
Holding. Offense, number 53. That penalty is a claw. Change over on down. First down. Good.
Yeah, he pinned him, but the Gators will take over. 15 minutes to play in the swamp. 26-10. They have not backed down. Tennessee ran more plays in that third quarter than they did the entire first half, but scored only 3 points, back-to-back possessions with turnovers on down. The Gators begin the fourth quarter with the football and hand it off to Treyon Webb. You haven't seen Montrell Johnson in a while. Holly?
Well, guys, Graham Mertz has a developing injury situation. He had his 2 fingers on his left hand, non-throwing hand, taped up, but it was still bothering. So came to the sideline. They put a glove over it, a lot of heavy tape. Let's see how it affects him on the snap and ball protection right now. He was definitely shaking. He's in some pain on that left hand.
So Wilson knocked out. You haven't seen Johnson, and now Graham Mertz dealing with a left hand injury. He has the ball in his right hand and flicks the throw across the middle. And it's incomplete. Tried to find Hayden Hansen. Haddon was in coverage.
There's a flag that back in the backfield. Right after he
one knee.
Right after he threw the ball, he got hit. That's where the flag is. So looked like it was going to be an upcoming third down after a nice play by Haddon.
Personal
Instead,
foul. Roughing the
right
passer.
here.
Defense, number 44. Contact to the head area.
Elijah
15-yard
Herring.
penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
Now this one I don't disagree with. The ball is out. He just throws his body into Graham Mertz late. It had more to do with how late that hit was. Don't you think, Bill? It wasn't necessarily a physical hit.
And you know, the way he turned, he knew he wasn't supposed to hit the quarterback.
He just kind of threw his
and
shoulder.
he threw that in there to say hello.
Yeah.
And
got a call.
I agree with the call.
Yeah.
Webb, freshman in Jacksonville, knocked down by Jalen McCullough.
The leader of that back end for the Vols defense.
Penalties continue to be a problem with the Tennessee football team. They were last year, first couple of games, and especially costly tonight. Whether or not you agree with the blindside block that spoiled their last possession.
Gators obviously not in a hurry at all with his 16-point lead.
Works straight back and throws a high ball caught by Caleb Douglas. Just enough for a first down inside the Vols 30. Big 6'4" went up and grabbed it.
Well, it's nice to have that length. Good job of going up. Nice space in between the safety and the corner. Good job by Douglas. There he is taking a peek. Blood everywhere there on his towel.
I think Amari Thomas, who's been active in special teams with the blocked PAT and a tipped field goal, helped off, had this lead and chew on some more clock. ETN drives forward. It'll be third down or second down and about 7.
You know, we talked a lot about Graham Mertz, these backs, these receivers, but this offensive line from Florida, heck of a night against his front from Tennessee, led by this right tackle who had a rough night in Salt Lake a couple weeks ago, the transfer Damian George from Alabama. They're averaging over 5 yards a carry tonight and only 1 sack. Of course, Tennessee had 11 coming in. It's the strength of their defense. But give the Gators O-line, Billy Napier's plan that he's had tonight, a lot of credit.
Getting Kingsley Iguakun, the center back, has been important.
Yes, for sure.
ETN makes a cut. Slips a tackle. In the open, lowers his shoulder. First and goal, Gators. Beasley prevented a touchdown.
You always hear that term when the draft comes around, contact balance. I'm sure his brother Travis appreciates this. Watch this, the leakage right there. He bounces off of that arm tackle, bounces off of that arm tackle. Great lateral quickness. Tough to bring down. Great run.
Career high 147 for ETN, almost 10 yards a carry. He's got it again, and that time knocked down near the line of scrimmage by Garrett Garland.
The two of them together, and I know Johnson is out now, but when they're healthy and they're working together, they bring a little bit of a different feel, like great tandems do. And you know, he not only does he have that acceleration, as you saw in that last run, I mean, he's able to bounce off of a lot of arm tackles, and you know, when they have them both, you're able to spot him, get him out there, keep them both fresh.
Holly reporting that Johnson's down there with his helmet on. Doesn't appear to be anything serious, but he has not been in the ball game the last few series. ETN again. Heavy traffic and nowhere to run. Beasley again filling.
The kid's averaging 9 yards a carry tonight.
His brother watching, tweeting about him.
Yeah. And the plan, I don't know if it could go much better. And it's been a different plan. Once they had the lead 26-7 at half, this plan has changed dramatically. And give Tennessee some credit for what they've done on that side of the ball, the adjustments. But balanced attack, 31 runs, 24. But before that, it was really a 50-50 run to pass play call for Napier.
So it's 3rd and goal. Tough to throw it in down here. Let's see what Mertz dials up. Now he's going to try to keep it, and he's knocked down. So pretty conservative, Kirk, when they got that 1st and goal. A field goal does make it a 3-possession game.
I mean, that's what you're thinking. Be careful, be smart. Up 16, want to go up by 19. You're in the 4th quarter. You go up by 3 possessions.
It hasn't been automatic. Adam Mahalik hold, and Trey Smack has kicked some PATs. Now comes on for the field goal attempt. Deep breath for the sophomore from Maryland.
Twice they got to push through the middle with Thomas, 21.
Wow. 27 yards on an angle here. And he does his job. So the Gators add 3 to the lead. So inside of 10 minutes, Tennessee, having spent the 2 timeouts in the first series of the half, will need to, I would think, Kirk, begin to operate with a little more urgency and maybe go back to the passing game. The penalties have been a problem.
Yeah, they're going to have to. I think this is a critical point in the game. 26-10. The referee kicks the ball and inadvertently, umpire recognizes it, stops play. Then you see Florida rolls the dice. They get 2 fresh bodies in. This is 4th and 1 from the 15-yard line or close to it. And the Gators get penetration. And they went from being on their heels to getting a stop. And then the next drive, this block right here was called, killed another drive. So 2 of their drives, potentially points taken away.
Back-to-back 4th down stops for the Gators, and they'll continue on the ground. Small wrestled down by Cam Jackson.
And this is where Joe Milton is going to have to really, I mean, it's 3 possessions, under 10 minutes. I mean, this is an offense usually in up-tempo. It has to be in turbo right now, as fast as they can go.
They've been stuck in 2nd gear. Haven't gotten close to turbo except for that one quick strike drive on the edge, and the pass is batted down again. That's Tyreek Sapp who's been active. These Gator defensive front, you mentioned big and strong, not the twitchiest in the country, but they've been imposing themselves.
I tell you, I mean, it's like watching a different defense from the team that we watch. I know you're at home and it's at night in a rivalry game. You're going to play with some juice, but man, they are flying around. Got to give Austin Armstrong and his defensive staff a lot of credit for the plan they put together against Milton in this offense.
Needs 7 here. Going to try to run for it, and Small's going to get it and more out to the 40. I don't know what that says about trusting Milton at this point, or the protection, but they continue to just run it.
Or the receivers, you know, winning one-on-one. Got a free play here, 12 men on the field.
Play fake, and he checks it down and finds Small for a short gain.
Florida trying, and we asked him about how do you get substitutions as fast as they go, and he said we have a plan. You know, everybody has a plan. This is the only time all night that they've been caught with 12 on the field.
The Gators get off the field effectively in the first half, but Tennessee ran 29 plays in the 3rd quarter.
Defense.
So that'll begin to take a toll.
Off the field prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
To continue to rotate fresh bodies, they tried to do it here
You know, seriously running off there.
So 1st and 5. Inside of 9 minutes. Milton, plenty of time, delivers a missile intended for Squirrel White across the middle. Castell was in coverage.
He's late on this. Crosser, good break by the free safety. He right away anticipates that ball's potentially coming.
Labor tempo. Milton under pressure, launches downfield, caught, touchdown, Brew McCoy, and the Volunteers still alive. 55-yard strike.
Well, he got that right arm there on Jackson. Maybe just a little nudge there to separate. We talked about which of these receivers can make a play. Plenty of time. Good job actually of moving away from that pressure. And McCoy able to pull away from the true freshman.
So the lead is 13, and the Vols offense on the field to go for 2. It can happen quickly. McCoy's first touchdown of the season. And Tennessee will spend its final timeout of the half before this 2-point play. It was Napier who took the timeout to set the defense before this 2-point play, so the Vols still have a timeout remaining. 4 receivers to the right, including Small in the slot. And he motions back in. This to cut it to 11. Milton on the move. Tries to turn the corner and will not get there. Umandi Yellen, the speedster on the edge, brought him down, and the try fails.
He has great speed. It's 6'5", 255, and
look at him run.
He can run, yeah.
He's like a sprinter. He's pumping his arms out there.
Full sprint.
Turbeville to boot her away. Etienne up short, and they just let him boot it over his head, and it'll be a touchback.
Looks like actually Johnson now is back inserted into the lineup, which is great to see.
He's got the football. He should be fresh. To the left side for a couple of yards. Obviously, they want to work on the clock.
Yeah, we got another Tennessee ball down.
A lot of that tonight. This time it's Dominic Bailey, junior defensive end on the ground.
I think he's got a ton of confidence in Mertz. Remember, the knock on Mertz was not. I think he looks better in 1 year in this offense than he looked in 3 years at Wisconsin.
He certainly feels very comfortable in it. And they turn and hand the ball off to Johnson, who makes a cut back against the grain and is knocked down. It'll be 3rd down and about 4. Holly?
Well, guys, I told you about Graham Mertz hurting his left hand. Well, he has also been seen for a laceration on his right thumb. It was all bloody. His towel was so bloody from trying to wipe that blood off that he's had to replace his towel. I don't know if it's contributing to them not throwing it right now, but he did get that right thumb tip treated on the sidelines here during that last break.
3rd and 4. We're going to find out if they do try to throw for it. Tight end shift around to the right. Pearsall over there. Play clock at 4. They'll turn and hand it off. And Johnson, can he get there? No, he's going to be knocked down short. So Haddon comes up and makes the tackle. And the Gators will have to punt it away.
That's a good job by Tennessee, really selling out, anticipating and saying, listen, if you can beat us one-on-one, so be it. We're going to get 8 guys up close to the line of scrimmage, force this thing to bounce, and then use our speed. See all those numbers up, and then you hope that Haddon can hold that edge, which he does.
There's no way.
No chance.
Go for this.
No chance.
I mean, the offense is on the field. You're at the minus 33 and a half. Come on.
He's just going to clap real hard a couple times. And it worked.
Oh, my goodness. Tennessee jumped off. Free play. Mertz is going to take a shot and go out of bounds. You got to be kidding me. They just fell for the oldest trick in the book.
I mean, everybody knew that they were not going to snap that football. And I get that fatigue sets in here. It's late in the game.
Offside. Defense. Number 99.
He's Garland,
I'll draw a penalty.
fifth-year
This
senior.
results in the first half.
Fifth-year seniors aren't supposed to make mistakes like that, and it worked. I mean, there's no way you're going to go for that.
No,
there.
it's a 13-point game. You're at your own 35-yard line. You're just like we said, you're going to clap a couple times hard and try to draw them off, and sure enough, it works.
Yeah, it's been a long night for the folks in orange here. That is the 10th penalty.
Man, that's frustrating. A chance to get the ball back to Milton.
Work the play clock all the way down. There's a clear hold on the edge. I don't see a flag. Johnson is knocked down behind the line of scrimmage.
He grabbing a jersey to hold.
Yeah, it used to be.
Yeah, no, he grabbed it.
Results
Right
in
here.
a loss of 12, or 2, I should say.
Look at that.
Looks like a hold to me.
I'm surprised there. Didn't see a call.
So ETN spells Johnson. He's boarding him in motion across. It just ticks down. It's ETN to the right. Scoots around the corner and scoots out of bounds at the 42. So they get about 5 yards back. Clock will wind. It'll set up 3rd and 7. You see the new rules come into play in college football until the last 2 minutes of each half. First downs, out of bounds, keep the clock moving. And it does have an impact when teams are trying to protect leads or make up a deficit of a couple scores.
I think Tim Banks, the defensive coordinator from Tennessee, he's going to have to, again, get the numbers up. They're spreading them out with 4 receivers and the 1 back.
Third and 7, they hand it off again. ETN spins free. It seems like the forward pass has been removed from the equation here. And I don't know if it's the injuries to apparently both hands of Mertz or just
working clock here, especially now. You know, there was going to be 6 minutes. If they wouldn't have jumped offside, so you basically just killed 2 minutes with that decision to try to draw them off. I mean, a lot of people have just said, no one's going to fall for this, just punt it. Instead, at your own 35, they do that, and it works out, and it costs Tennessee 2 minutes of valuable time.
No, I agree. It's a smart decision. Dumb to fall for it, but you're right. With the team that has just 1 timeout remaining, they now have 2 fewer minutes to work with. There's a shank. It's a terrible kick up the side of Brashaw's foot. So Tennessee will get decent field position.
Love to go into the boundary to this slot receiver.
Milton squeezes it down to McCoy, who makes a man miss. He powers his way into Florida territory. Now they'll crank the tempo.
Absolutely. Good job again going back where they love to go. Find the matchups back into the boundary. McCoy uses that strength.
Milton across the middle again. He throw slightly behind McCoy, but he makes the grab. It's another first down to the 38.
Now we're seeing Milton get into sync with the receiver. He and 15 starting to make plays here.
Again across the middle. Throws a dart, and making the catch is Ramel Keaton. And they're really humming now.
Now they're moving. Again, Keaton had that big catch last year in Knoxville against his Gator defense.
Milton delivers a dagger down the middle. Diving attempt over the head of Squirrel White. Mitchell was in coverage. It was tight, but he had him.
And again, it's creating the matchup against the safety. We saw that for a big play earlier. It's a mismatch. He puts a little more air on that ball. And that is a touchdown. But good job by Josh Heupel creating the matchup there with the quick White against the safety one-on-one.
Incompletion gives the Gators a chance to catch their breath on defense.
Also kills the clock for the Vols.
Milton from a pocket, launching for the end zone. And it was Keaton looking for a flag. Did he get his jersey grabbed? Kimber was in coverage. No flag. Heupel can't believe it.
Yeah, he definitely wanted that. Look at the adjustment here that they're going to, because they know they're going to take these vertical shots, trying to keep a couple safeties back. Decent pressure. There's the jersey grab that you're talking about. See, he was fired up right away.
Kimber, who was in coverage, down, perhaps cramping in the end zone. Let's take a look at the end of this here.
Little inside to the outside. Pretty tight coverage there. Bill, what did you think of that near the end?
That wasn't a great angle to see what we were talking about.
What a great angle.
There you go. Right here's an angle.
See the jersey?
But you got a restriction there that could possibly be taking a step or half a step away from him with his reach for the ball. Pass interference.
Yeah.
Again, he's had a lot of success on these last few drives, going to his left, back into this direction.
Plenty of time. End zone ball incomplete. It was Keaton working against Devin Moore, who's in for Kimber, and it's 4th and 10. Got to have this play. Just to keep hope alive. And now another Gator defensive back is down. This is Devin Moore, who just came into the game, replacing Kimber, who was helped off.
On this play, he was actually defending the play. He's in man coverage right here. Pretty tight coverage. And then he comes down, got up. Initially, looked like he was going to be okay.
He bounced right up after hitting the ground, and then moved out of the end zone about the 8-yard line and went down.
There you start to see it right there.
So Moore slowly makes his way off. So Kajim Jackson, a true freshman, now in a corner. The Gators getting a little thin in the back end. But get a stop here, and that should do it.
Brew McCoy all the way to his left near the boundary. Got a fan now on the
fans run out there, but they still haven't gotten. Devin Moore's a long way from the sideline. You get an overserved Tennessee fan wandering around. He's about to get tracked down very quickly here. Gators rush 4. Milton escapes across the middle. It's a low throw. Incomplete. Could not complete it on the run. Scooby Williams was chasing him. And another 4th down stop for this Florida defense tonight.
And they had 2 linebackers. One they brought to pressure. The first one pressures right here, and the second one's a spy. It's a good plan here. They only rush 3. They bring the linebacker. Now you got a spy right there. Really affected, I think, the timing of what Milton tried to do. Buying time. Scooby Williams hits him. You can see the ball is low because of that pressure that he felt from the backer right in his face.
You see Milton on the move. He's not a particularly high percentage thrower when his feet are not planted.
And why do you think Austin Armstrong brought the pressure? Rolled the dice there and brought the heat.
ETN off the left side, breaking tackles and muscling out near midfield, and that'll chew some more clock. They haven't done much after halftime. They only had 58 yards of total offense until that run.
He's at 173 yards on the night, 8.7 a carry.
And that 62-yard burst for a touchdown in the first half.
Look at him, man. He looks as fresh as he did in the first quarter.
Florida versus everybody, it says on his eye black.
I like his energy, man. He is a nice looking back, and again, he and Johnson together be tough for the SEC to deal with.
Wonderful, engaging personality. Hit behind the line and slammed down by Pierce. Clock continues to work. They can only stop it once. Kickoff is approaching at Folsom Field. We'll give you a peek there and get you there immediately at the conclusion.
Chris, first time Florida has beaten a ranked team here at the Swamp since 2019 when they beat Auburn, who is number 7 in the country. They beat Georgia in 2020.
Wasn't Utah ranked at the beginning of last year, though?
The SEC team.
Oh, SEC team. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yep.
Yeah, they lost 6 straight last year, including the bowl game after the win against the Utes. ETN again. Gary number 22. Rankings brought to you by Allstate. It's been that kind of a day where heavily favored, highly ranked teams kind of slug past people. Dogs came from behind. Florida State survived against BC barely on the road. They got Clemson next week.
This is the one that I was interested to see how Texas would respond. The game that you and I had a chance to call last week. I wondered if they'd be a little flat this week or if they'd be able to handle that and get back down to earth. And they're in a 10-7 game midway through the third.
Well, the post-game party getting cranked up here in Gainesville, and they're about to get cranked up 6,000 feet in Boulder for the Buffs and the Rams. The Tennessee misery in the swamp will continue. It will extend to 22 years since their last win here in 2003.
You got to be very happy from where this team was at Salt Lake week 1 to where they are now with a win over Tennessee. Feeling a lot better about their team and where they're headed.
Defense did its job. They got some things to iron out in the kicking game. But with Mertz in command early. One more snap. And that'll do it. The Gators win it 29-16. Unless Heupel chose now to stop the clock with 7 seconds to go. Okay. A timeout was signaled. No idea why. If it is 4th and 16, are they going to force a punt? So in 4th and 16, he'll run around as the clock ticks down and now get knocked down as he took a knee. A flag comes out, and that is a fitting ending to things.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is about to get ugly. Oh, look at this. Guys are throwing fists.
Josh Heupel calling this timeout. And then the late hit.
Yeah, this is unfortunate.
Yeah. By the way, it's a 15-yard penalty. It's kind of fitting for how this game has gone for Tennessee.
It's the perfect finish.
Yeah.